Going to officially introduce Tom Theodorakis as Army West Point's 31st Athletic Director to lead the latest era in Black Knights history. Great to see so many people out here today. We'd like to extend a special welcome to the Theodorakis family, Robin, Ronnie, Mike, Andrew, Charlotte, and Amelia. Thank you for coming out. Let us be such a proud day for each and every one of you. To get things started, I'd like to welcome to the lectern the 61st Superintendent of the United States Military Academy, Lieutenant General Steve Gilland.
All right, good morning, everybody. It is an absolute honor to be here and to have all of you here. We've got a couple distinguished guests. Actually, first and foremost, Team Theodorakis right here, Team Theo. As Rick said, it's great to have you here. As we talked about just a couple minutes ago, this is a really special day, and we can't do it without the entire team, and you're part of that team. So thank you so much for coming and joining in to see Theo stand up here as our 31st Athletic Director. Additionally, I got a shout out to a couple folks. Our congressional representative to the United States Congress, Pat Ryan, is right here. Sir, thanks for being here. Not only a West Point graduate here, lives here, we're in his district, and it's great to have you here, sir, coming down and visiting. We also have from Orange County, Steve Newhouse, who's right here. Sir, thanks for being here. See, not only is athletics important here at the United States Military Academy, it resonates throughout the region, evidently as evidenced by Steve being here, but then also nationally. All right. How many other places have Congress represented here or in their institution talking about announcing, a leader, and as we are doing here today with Theo. Theo, for those of you that are familiar with the military, we have different call signs. Theo, you are now AD31. Okay, so. As we, from emails to texts and so forth, just know that yes, you respond, when we say, hey Theo, but I might throw out 83-1, I need an answer, or can you help us with something, and we'll go from there. But 83-1 is now in the house. All right, remember, as we think about the announcement here of Theo taking over, which by the way, this announcement's coming a little late. We've got a bunch of things going on. The beauty of it is that Theo is now solely responsible for us winning the Star Series this year. I think we all agree that he'll take full credit for it, but the fact is, incredible team effort as we sealed the deal this past weekend with our men's and women's lacrosse victories over Navy. I won't go into the actual Star Series rundown, but Theo has guaranteed me that we're gonna make a run here in the Star Series that is gonna highlight the incredible talents of our cadet athletes, but also our coaches and the staff that come together to make this team really move forward. West Point's unique, particularly in the world of intercollegiate sports. Remember, we're not a college or a university. We're the United States Military Academy. And we've got expectations here, not only of our cadet athletes, but of everybody. It's a community and team effort because when we think about the Army is a team contact sport. And what happens out on the fields of friendly strife, all right, is in direct correlation to leader development, character development, and what we see as these young people come in, grow, mature, not only in athletics, but academically, militarily, and as a person, and then graduate and go out to our Army to lead other young men and women. And I can't emphasize enough how much sports, athletics, because every cadet is an athlete, how much that plays a part in just life decisions. And Theo being the person that's chosen to be able to lead that effort across multiple different NCAA Division I sports is really critical to us. It means something, and we are incredibly proud that Theo is the one that is going to lead that effort, along with all of our coaches and the staff out there on the fields of friendly strife. When we think about our programs here, all right, it's about values, it's about standards, and I look around and I see our coaches out there, and I know for a fact that every person, all right, they absolutely promote the values and standards that they require, not only within their team, but what's required here at the United States Military Academy. And to be able to have a culture of excellence, to do that here is really amazing. I go back to, it's a team effort, and everyone is part of it as we think about developing these young men and women that are going to go forward and lead our nation, truly our nation, in the future. The last thing I just want to talk about here, and so we went through a process. I got Mr. Corky Messner here who's going to talk about the process, but a lot of talented people out there. And when you think about today's NCAA landscape and the unique place that we have in it, people have said, "Hey, you don't have to deal with NIL at West Point." Well, actually, we do. We compete against NIL. All right, we're part of it, and we've got to adapt and we've got to evolve, and that is something that, as Theo's been here since 2022, that was readily evident when we sat down and talked. The ability to think differently, the ability to say, "Oh, we don't have to be a participant in that space." No, we absolutely do, because it's the competition, and it's a competition for talent. Competition for talent that's not just on the fields, the pitches, and the pools, etc. But it's a competition for talent as we talk about bringing potential leaders that are coming here to play NCAA sports, but also, like I've said a few times here, to go out and be leaders of character in our Army and for our nation. And Theo's ability to just talk that, to sit down and have a plan, all right, was instrumental. It's easy to say, "Hey, he knows the place and so forth." Yes, Theo knows the place, but it was his ability to communicate. And I will tell you, I mean, I couldn't have been more proud to say, okay, we slapped the table on Tom Theodorakis as the 31st AD. That was an awesome day, not only for the Theodorakis family, but it was an awesome day for the United States Military Academy. Theo, we are proud to have you and Robin here as part of our team. You've been part of the team. You are, for 3 years now, but your role here to take, the Academy's athletic department even further as we talk about competing across the NCAA, competing for championships. It's about demonstrating excellence in accordance with our values. And Theo, you are absolutely the right person to be doing that. This is a great day here that we've finally done the official announcement. He's been working his butt off for the last 2+ months, by the way, just so you know. But it's my honor to have you all here. And you know what? The Theo era has begun. All right? All right, good.
Thank you, General Gilland. And as the General said, this was a national search spearheaded by someone who spent his life supporting Army West Point athletics. In 1979, West Point graduate, chair of the Army West Point Athletic Association Board of Directors, and chair of the search committee for a new athletic director. My pleasure to welcome Corky Messner.
Thanks, Rich, and sir, thanks for having me here. Theo, Robin, congratulations. I'll start off with a little story about the search. We had many applicants, and 32 of whom we determined were qualified. Of those 32, 16 sitting athletic directors. And the part of this process is confidentiality. these applicants, they don't want their name to get out, which is a little curious to me, but I understand, because we all know that people want to move in this business of college athletics. So confidentiality was very important. So I get a call one day. The names have leaked. I mean, what do you mean the names have leaked? Rich DeMarco started following a bunch of the semifinalists. I said, how the hell did Rich DeMarco find out who the semifinalists are? So I said, I'm gonna call Rich DeMarco. Now, I'd never called Rich DeMarco before, all right? He picks up the phone. I said, hello? I said, Rich, this is Corky Messner. And he's like, why are you calling me? You've never called me before. I said, Rich, how did you get the names? He said, what do you mean? I said, you started following these ADs throughout the country. And they're on our list. He said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He said, all I've done was sort of war game this to figure out who the best candidates are. And I started following them. I said, okay, unfollow them. Will do, sir, will do. So I saw him at the Army-Navy basketball game and gave him a big hug and said, no problem, Rich. So, Tom Theodorakis, Director of Athletics, Theo, as we call him. What you should also know is he's President and Chief Executive Officer of the Army West Point Athletic Association and a member of the Board of Directors. The Army West Point Athletic Association, Inc. is a New York nonprofit, 501c3. Now, how did that come about? Well, that's a long story. I'll keep it short. But essentially, it took an act of Congress to create this structure. About almost 10 years ago now, I think. And it was signed by the then president. And that's what created this structure. And we have a great working relationship with the Army and the Academy. So that's what AWPAA is. So if you ever hear it, that's who we are. And we have a wonderful board of directors. So all the coaches, the trainers, the staff are all employees of AWPAA. And that organization touches over 1,000 cadet athletes each year, 25% of the Corps cadets. So we're very involved in the mission here at West Point. So General Gillen asked me to help organize this process to search for a new director of athletics. And we did that. And as I said, 32 qualified candidates, 16 sitting athletic directors, and an amazing search committee that General Gillen and I put together. Very distinguished people. We wanted those names kept confidential as well. I think we did a pretty good job of that. They went through the applications of the 32 and came up with 8 semifinalists. And what I wanted to do is we scheduled them for a virtual interview with the entire search committee, those 8. And I called each and every one before their virtual interview. So why would I do that? Well, one, I wanted to calm them down. You know, some had no idea what West Point's about. Wanted to give them an opportunity to ask questions. But most importantly, I wanted to convey something to them, especially in this world of NIL and portal. I wanted to convey to them that we at the Army West Point Athletic Association have a #1 priority, and we are very serious about it. And that #1 priority is to support the mission of the United States Military Academy and graduate leaders of character, that these student athletes are going to be leading soldiers in the United States Army. And our number one priority is to support that mission. And this isn't some kind of lip service for student athletes. We are serious about it. And I wanted to make that perfectly clear to everybody. So why did I recommend to General Gillen that we hire Theo? I've had the opportunity now for, almost 3 years to observe Theo interact with old grads, interact with staff, interact with coaches, interact with cadet athletes. And he demonstrated outstanding leadership ability. Just so impressive over these years. Who is this guy? You know, he cares, he's passionate, and he's passionate about supporting the mission of the United States Military Academy. He is a leader of high character. And there's no better person to lead West Point intercollegiate athletics than a leader of high character. And that's why he's the best choice for this job. Now let me say this. I've been around almost 10 years helping with this stuff. Got out of the Army 40 years ago. And I have 2 sons that graduated from here recently. The quality of the cadets at West Point is outstanding. These men and women, the future leaders of this country, I just want to assure you that this country is in great shape because of the men and women who are here at West Point and who are graduating from West Point. Thank you very much. Thank you, Theo. Rich?
In case anyone's wondering, I am following Theo on social media again now. General Gillen, Corky, I think we have a special presentation.
All right, Theo. All right, so Theodorakis, 83-1.
It fit.
All right, it fits you, all right? Theo, you want to make any comments?
Yeah, please.
He's ready. We're excited for him.
I feel like I want to put that jersey on. Good morning, everyone. I want to start off today with a Go Army, Be Navy. You ready? Go Army. Be Navy. Go Army. Be Navy. Always sets the tone. And by the way, we did. We beat Navy a lot this year. And that's a testament to these amazing coaches, the staff, and the tremendous cadet athletes that we have here today. General Gillen, thank you. Mr. Messner, thank you as well. The voice of the Army Black Knights, Rich DeMarco. Love you, brother. To all the media members that are here today, thank you for being here. The cadet athlete story is important. It's important to our nation. And just make sure you know this is always an open door. I'm always here for you, and here's a resource. If there's any hard questions, they go to Dan McCarthy. So as mentioned, my name is Tom Theodorakis, Theo for short, and it is an absolute honor and a privilege to have the opportunity to be the Director of Athletics here at the most prestigious, the most important institution in the world, the United States Military Academy. We can clap for that, right?
Yeah. I stand before you today a bit humbled, a
bit overwhelmed, to be candid with you. Not out of insecurity, but out of deep appreciation and deep respect for the 30 individuals who had this position before me. And what this position means to, like you said, sir, furthering the mission of the United States Military Academy and showcasing the lethality of the nation's most powerful force, the U.S. Army. We're going to clap again for that one. So I apologize now. I have an obnoxiously long list of thank yous and acknowledgements. Someone like me, I'm not standing up here today if it's not for a lot of people who helped me along the way, who picked me up when I fell down, who gave me second, third, fourth, fifth chances. And many of them are in this room today. And keep it together, bro. Yep. And many who are not. And it starts with you, sir. Superintendent General Gillen, Betsy, thank you. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for the type of people who you are. West Point's lucky to have you. To the rest of the board of directors at USMA, our Dean Reeves, and the Reeves family. You might know him as a social media influencer. To our Commandant of Cadets, Brigadier General Garcia and the Garcia family, thank you. To Command Sergeant Major Barretto and the Barretto family. I did not serve in the military, but if I did, I want to be next to that guy. Congressman Pat Ryan, thank you for being here. Welcome home. County Executive of Orange County, Steve Newhouse, thank you as well. Next, I'd like to thank Jen McLaughlin, who managed this search. Thank you for your professionalism. And he spoke earlier, but Mr. Messner, thank you for everything. Thank you for chairing the search. Thank you for chairing the AWPA, your board. Thank you for all the work you do behind the scenes, and thank you for your mentorship. Thanks for always picking up my call. Nicole, it's great to see you as well. I told you I had a lot of people to thank. I'm not done yet. To the athletics, senior leadership team, and the executive team that's here today. You're my battle buddies. The success that you've seen throughout Army athletics the last 3 years has their fingerprints all over it. You are all ADs, and I couldn't think of a better group of problem solvers to be around. That includes Abby Howard, who served as our interim director of athletics, who kept marching us forward during a difficult time. Thank you, Lucas and the girls. Dan McCarthy and Patty, the consummate teammates, the mastermind behind a lot of what we do. Thank you. Tricia and James Brandenburg, power couple. Appreciate all you do for the Academy. I'm lucky to have you in my corner. And to Colonel Nunez, I don't think she's here today, but thank you for all you do and being the conduit between me and us and the USCC. And his first day here, Phil Buttafuoco, where are you, bud? There he is, standing in the back. Anytime you can hire somebody who has more experience than you and is smarter than you do it. Thank you, Phil. To the West Point Association of Graduates, Mark Beeger, Kristen Sorensen, thank you for your leadership. Shout out A-Club. To the long gray line. To the long gray line, thank you for embracing me. Thank you for welcoming me. You know who you are. Especially those that tailgate in Lot A, and tailgate in Lot F, and Lot C, and Stewart Road, and the Lichtenberg tailgate, and Mr. Goldstein. Thank you for your support, for all the food and the drinks. I hope that doesn't stop. And lastly, to all the Theos, unfortunately many cannot be here today because they're all over the world, but thank you, Mom and Dad, for investing in me. Keep it together. For investing in me, for sacrificing everything. You were at every single game. Appreciate that. To the Collinses, to my brother Andrew who's here, to my nieces, to Olivia, I love you. And to, of course, Robin. I'm simply not here today without you. Love you.
Let's clap for that.
So growing up in New York, I had a lot of connections to this area, to this region. Not just this region, but also West Point. My family, we annually do trips here in the summer, just north of here. And one of the biggest moments of my life is actually just north of here as well, where I proposed to my wife, Robin. So this place will be special in my heart. But my connections to West Point started at an early age. I actually remember my dad taking me here. And we did a tour of West Point, and we went to the gift shop, and we got a football, and I ran around Mikey Stadium, and I ran up and down these stands. Ironically, now I'm part of the group that bulldozed these stands. Years later, I went to summer camp here, and I stayed in the barracks, and got in trouble, because none of us wanted to sleep. I'm not going to say that Coach Alvarisi was probably a counselor during that time, but he might have been. Love you, Coach. Lastly, I got to compete at Mikey Stadium as a student athlete on the visiting sideline. But one theme throughout all these experiences, I can tell you at West Point, was that West Point is different. West Point is unique. I remember seeing statues of leaders that included presidents, generals, soldiers, national championship banners, Heisman trophies. We have 3 of them. We should add 4 with Bryson Daly. But there were celebrations, acknowledgments throughout West Point when you walk around here. They include Rhodes Scholars, astronauts, many other pioneers. When you go through other campuses, some other institutions, they show off a lot of boats. They show off a lot of ships and airplanes. It's different here at West Point. That's the secret. It's about the people. It's about the community. It's about the leadership. One of my favorite statues is General MacArthur, which is down at the Plain and also right outside this auditorium. It was mentioned earlier, but I get asked all the time, what's your vision for Army West Point and Army West Point athletics? My answer is pretty simple. That answer hasn't changed in over 80 years. As General MacArthur said, upon the fields of friendly strife are sown the seeds, that upon other fields and other days will bear the fruits of victory. Simply meaning sports lead to success and many other more challenging arenas in life. And the Army is a contact sport, and athletics is the best lab for that development. I'll tell you what has changed. The landscape of college athletics, with NIL, the transfer portal, and the amount of resources it takes to compete. Our athletics battlefield and terrain has changed. But to best operate, we will need to continue to embrace our traditions, but also be progressive in how we operate that department while staying true to who we are. Our athletic strategic plan is athlete aimed to victory and has 4 main priorities, and it's the framework for our decision making. It includes competitive success. We're here to win championships, providing extraordinary Division I experience for our cadet athletes, enhancing public engagement and revenue generation opportunities, and ensuring long-term sustainability. So moving forward, our bold mission is we need to continue to invest in our success. Now is the time. When we are winning and performing, our fields of friendly strife need to be modernized. This is our laboratory to develop cadet athletes and future leaders. Developing a master plan will be important in that process. So some guarantees right off the bat with me on how we operate. We're going to operate with integrity. We're not going to cut corners. We're going to do the harder right. We may fail at times, but I guarantee you we're going to get back up and we're going to fight some more. We're going to run towards problems, not away from problems. The obstacle is away. Some of you have heard that before. And we're always going to do what's best for the cadet athletes. That's what this is about. It's about the cadets. And by the way, we're going to win. I'm going to close today with more visionary words from General MacArthur that continue to resonate these halls. There is no substitute for victory. And make no mistake, we're on the cusp of something great here. If you love winning, get ready. The Black Knights are coming for you. Duty on our country, go Army, be Navy.
Tom Theodorakis, 31st Athletic Director here at Army West Point. Thanks, David. Thanks to everyone here today. For the media, Eric Shapinski and his team, We'll be arranging one-on-one interviews up front. We'd like to ask the official party and the Theodorakis family to come down for photos. Everyone invited to a post-event reception in the Kenna Hall of Army Sports on the 3rd floor of the Kinsey Center. Thanks again for coming on a great day for Army athletics. Go Army, beat Navy.